Hello and welcome to Learn to Drive the Easy Way. I'm approved driving instructor Michael Gambin, and I'm going to show you how to drive manual, automatic and cars fitted with disability controls in the easiest way possible. So sit back, relax and enjoy. And remember to hit the subscribe button underneath to see all of our videos. So what we're going to talk about in this video is the Headfirst bay park. This is one of the manoeuvres that you could be asked to do on your driving test, and it will be done in a public car park or another test centre's car park. They won't ask you to do that in their own car park, and I don't really understand the reason why. But if you do come back into the test centre and they haven't asked you to do a manoeuvre, they will ask you to do the reverse bay park instead of this one. So the examiner will direct you into a car park and they'll ask you to go head first into any bay of your choice. It's up to you which one you want to choose, whether it's the left or the right hand side, and whether you want to go next to another car or not. Make your life easier. Okay, the test is already hard enough, so you don't want to make it any more of a stressor for yourself. So I would advise you not to go next to another vehicle, but it's personal choice. Also, the right hand side tends to be a little bit easier, and that's because you can see the bay for the majority of the manoeuvre, whereas on the left Headfirst bay park it's normally a little bit more blind unless there are other cars to use as markers next to you. Now, observations are key, so make sure you're looking around. If there are any vehicles, pedestrians, cyclists approaching, make sure you use an indicator. Tell them what your intention is. Keep the car nice and slow, whether you're in a manual car using clutch control or in an automatic using brake or accelerator control. Keep the car slow and make your life that bit easier as well. Now, your turning point will differ from one car to another, but for the majority of cars it's when the front wheel or the front bumper of that vehicle is in line with the bay line of the one you're going into, like in this picture, and then you steer full lock towards the bay. Turn fast. That stops the variable, so it makes you less likely to sort of end up going into the space after the one you're trying to go into, or turning late effectively. Once you've achieved your 90 degree, straighten up the steering wheel, and if you need to adjust, always adjust as well, and make adjustments throughout the manoeuvre. There's no specific timing for when you have to do it. As long as your end goal is in that bay, that's all the examiner cares about. Once you're happy that you're in the bay, stop, secure. And if you're not sure, stop, secure, and open your door. Have a look, see if you're actually in the bay. If it's the passenger side you're unsure of, you can either fold the mirror down if you have electric mirrors, or you could always ask the examiner to bring the mirror down if you have manual adjustment mirrors. Or if you want, you could even get out the car and have a look for yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing that, as long as you switch the engine off. Now, once you've made those adjustments, or you're happy with that first movement, then the examiner will ask you to reverse out of the car parking space and then drive on. Now, they might tell you to go left or right here because the car park might be a one-way system, or they need you to go to a specific exit. Now, this is where most people fail this manoeuvre, and it's simply because of the observation side of things more than anything else. People let their guard down and they don't look around enough. So, POM routine before you start to reverse. Make sure you know your surroundings, and then reverse back. Now, if you have chosen to go next to another vehicle, make sure that you're reversed enough that when you start your steer, the swing won't make you go into the vehicle next to the space that you've gone into. So the bay park, or the Headfirst bay that I'm going to go into now, is next to another vehicle, so you will see what I mean. Keep looking around. Once you've given yourself clearance from any parked vehicles, then start your steer. Keep looking around, and then once you've given yourself enough space to drive out of that position, so you're not then going to go into that vehicle again, stop and then drive on. You don't have to go to 90 degrees here, and remember, the more you reverse, the more danger there is. So as soon as you're able to drive on, stop and do so. Now, if you do need to adjust, like I said, you are allowed to, and you are allowed to reverse to adjust as well. Make your life a bit easier again when you do this. So if you're too far to the right, as you reverse, put left turn on first, then right turn to counter it, and then go to straight. So hopefully all you have to do is drive forward in a straight line, And if you're too far to the left, you do exactly the same, but in the opposite order. So steer to the right first, then to the left, then straight, before you then drive on. Now I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, so the first thing, if I have stopped, I'm going to do my POM routine. So I'm in a manual car, so I'm going to find my bike point, 7-point check, bring the car over to the left, then signal if needs be. When my front wheel is lined up with the line of the bay we're going into, we then do our turn. Full lock, again, looking around. Keep the car nice and slow. If I need to adjust, I always can. And then it's just a case of straightening up the steering wheel to be in the bay. Secure. Once that's been done, the examiner will ask you to reverse the car out. Now, I'm going to reverse the car out to the left this time. So I've got to be careful about the car on my right hand side. So as I look around, I'm just going to come back, not really much steer, keep looking around. Once the front of my car is clear, so there's only about a bonnet length left of space between my car and the back of theirs, I then can do my turn to then reverse out. Keep looking around. I've now given myself enough space to drive on. So again, look around before I then proceed. So what I'm going to do now is exactly the same thing, but this time I'm going to be doing it with an adjustment. So I'm going to turn late on purpose here. So again, keep it as far to the left hand side as I possibly can. And I'm going to overshoot it by about half a car length, half a space here. So I'm going to be pretty much half in one bay, half in another, and there's not anything else I can do. I'm already on full lock. I can try to get the car to overswing, so I can get the car to come over here more before working my wheel. But as you can see, the chances are I might not be in, so I'm just going to bring my mirror down and I'm on the line. So all I'm going to do is look around again, steer to the right because I need the car to go to the right. Once it's gone to the right, I then go to the left and then reverse back. Reverse back as far as you can. By doing that again, I've got more adjustment space and I can see my lines. So I can see that now all I have to do is drive forward in a straight line and I am in that space. So I hope that video has helped and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.